Believe it or not, the rap game has a lot of sidekick rappers. Complex describes sidekicks as the high man around the main artist. Others describe them as the artists who never fully got to get their shine. For some, they've been able to step out their partner's shadow and had a respectable career, and for others, a more tragic and sinister turn. We're going to dive into the real reason why DaBaby's rising star mysteriously disappeared from the rap scene just as he was taking off. Or what about YB in the Mirror, where he tried putting these boys onto a rap career, but this idea ended up flopping harder than sultry.
When I glide, I slide, might slip around.
Or even NBA YoungBoy's affiliate. How did this 60-year-old kid who looked up to him apparently get YoungBoy's sister pregnant?
Man, you stupid bitch!
In today's video, we're going to get into it all, so sit back, relax, as we discuss the sad reality of being a rap sidekick. Alright, let's get into it. So, around the same time DaBaby was blowing up, you couldn't go anywhere without seeing Stunna for Vegas. Born and raised in North Carolina, before he met DaBaby, Stunna had been grinding at a rap career since at least 2014. He began to pick up some traction though after releasing a series of mixtapes in 2017, including Stunna Season and 4 Way or No Way. And this collection helped him to grow a local buzz. During these times, he was doing shows for as little as $200. And I guess DaBaby noticed how hungry Stunna was and decided to change his life forever. Back then, DaBaby was also just another rising star out of North Carolina, after going big when he released his album Baby on Baby with the song Shook. Though DaBaby signed to Interscope, DaBaby started his own establishment, $1 billion Baby Entertainment. DaBaby wasn't only getting attention from his single, but also after killing a man in Walmart in 2018, but cleared up all charges out of acting out in self-defense. And it was situations like this with DaBaby's wild behavior that ultimately affected not only DaBaby's career, but Stunna's too. Even though DaBaby respected Stunna's grind and hustle, he wasn't giving out no free handouts. DaBaby treated him like a regular and still charged him for that feature.
It's just about business, though, Ned.
After working on a couple tracks, they formed a solid relationship where DaBaby practically took him under his wing. The song Animal was released, and after going viral, gaining 60 million views on YouTube, Stunna became a recognized face on the rap scene. With this new success, DaBaby pushed him to release even more new music. He eventually signed him to his label, but since DaBaby was signed to Interscope Records, they had to break Stunna a deal too. And DaBaby wasn't playing around, he was standing on business heavy, making sure Stunna got paid nicely too. And he did, and maybe too nicely, because with this newfound fame and money, Stunna was becoming cocky and reckless, causing unnecessary altercations at shows, so much so that the police had to stop him from performing in certain areas. And can we really be surprised? Like, with DaBaby's influence, these two were literally two menaces stirring up controversy at any given time. In October 2020, while at a music event, multiple shots were let off in the same location where Stunna and DaBaby were at. And according to reports, a woman had been shot. Stunna then posted a video of DaBaby throwing cash in a Louis Vuitton bag. Though they were not involved in the shooting, it seems like the pair had a connection to what went down, bearing in mind this shooting took place in North Carolina. Stunna was still going crazy in the booth though, despite all the drama, and released Rich Yungin, his second studio album that peaked at number 29 on the Billboard 200. The same year, Vegas had his first Billboard charting song as a solo rapper and his second overall with Go Stupid. The thing is, Stunna was actually making his way to the top, forming his own solid fan base and gradually separating himself from the DaBaby sidekick narrative. However, when things went left for Stunna was around the same time things went left for DaBaby. So back in 2021, DaBaby said some pretty controversial things at the Rolling Loud Festival. He faced immense backlash from the media, making homophobic claims and being insensitive to those who had HIV and AIDS. And by the time the news is spread, the whole world wanted DaBaby cancelled. Ultimately, this made him lose deals with Boohoo and a lot of shows, cancelling his performance at Park Live, iHeartRadio Festival, and Music Midtown. Not only did this hurt DaBaby's image and reputation, but this also hurt his pockets too, apparently losing over 20 million in deals. With a financial burden, DaBaby had less money to spend on his artist careers. Don't get me wrong though, DaBaby still had a lot of money in the bank, but before he could take care of his artists, he had to take care of himself first. And with Stunna standing right next to him, the reputation of DaBaby definitely would have impacted him too. And who wants to be associated to the person everybody doesn't like? It'll make you look bad too, right? In the end, Stunna had to protect his own bag and let Stunna and DaBaby go in their separate ways. DaBaby also had to let go of his other artists he signed to $1 billion Entertainment and said he's never signing another artist again.
Gee, well, you know what? I'm tired of your presence. Dismissed.
The sad truth is, DaBaby was the driving force to Stunna's success, and without him, he became a forgotten artist. With the added factor of the recklessness and cockiness he was involved in, he knew it was time to step back from the spotlight.
Seeing myself like getting a big hit, I seen myself doing shit I wouldn't normally do, like I'm following niggas that ain't have as many followers as me, like shit that didn't matter. I wasn't the one creating this narrative either, but I'm just saying, like, I just seen myself doing a bunch of lame shit that I would never do. Like, I'm like, man, I need to step back. Like going to the one way every day, hanging with the bros. Oh God, nigga went and going to the studio. Or
so you took like a self-reflection type thing. You
hell
realized
yeah.
that there was
It wasn't just like me saying, On top of everybody, it was like,
Though a rapper who never even got the chance to have a spotlight is all thanks to YB and Namir. You see, the YB and Namir crew is a clear example that just because that one kid in the friendship group says let's start a rap career, doesn't actually mean you should. While YB and Namir, Almighty J and Cool Day were blown up through 2017 to 2018, if you wasn't getting distracted by all the prop guns in the music videos, you definitely noticed the curly head white boy on the sidelines. From the very start, it was always hard for people to take the YBN group serious, mainly due to how they met over GTA 5 online, rapping about gang activities. Plus, they all look like they were no older than 12 years old. So this is YBN Manny, and is apparently YBN Namir's first cousin, and decided to put him on to rap. To be fair, the YBN group seemed promising at first. They had a growing buzz and didn't seem to be stopping anytime soon. But like any rap group, it was only a matter of time before they ran into individual clashes. YB and Namir seemed like he put more effort into boosting his friends' careers rather than his own rap career. Instead, he took the route of posting pictures of his girlfriend all day on IG. Namir helped Manny kick off his first tune, Manned Up, in 2018, and it's actually a pretty decent track, but after this, he stopped making music. Like, literally, this is his only song until like 2020. Initially, everyone was surprised to see him make music. Like, just look at these comments. And the main reason why no one suspected him to make music is because no one really cared. During the height of YBN, everyone was focused on Almighty J, Namir and Cool Day. With him getting overshadowed, he probably felt like there was no place for him being one of the main members. Because simply put, it was like this: YB and Namir was the leader of the group, the boss nigga, Almighty J was the cocky and wild one, whilst Cool Day was the calm lyricist. And it's likely why the group split in the first place. Cool Day started doing his own thing and gained success with it. Then after the rumors came out about the group splitting, when Cool Day dropped YBN from his name. As for Namir, he was hurt by this and he dropped less music, and when he did, that one. Almighty J turned against Namir too and started beefing with him, also focusing more on a YouTube career. As for YBN Manny, it seemed like he distanced himself from the YBN crew as well. The exact reasons for his separation were not explicitly stated, but like the others, it was mainly due to artistic and personal differences. Sometimes having differences can ruin healthy relationships, and when you're not in the spotlight but someone around you is, it can lead to jealousy. And in the case of NBA YoungBoy and P Yungin, that's exactly how it was. So P Yungin, who was signed to NBA YoungBoy's label 4K Trey, grew up not too far from Baton Rouge. P Young didn't have a father figure in his life, and like with most growing up in a rough neighborhood, he turned to the street to provide for his family. According to him, he was rapping since 13, and by the age of 16, he got noticed by YoungBoy, signing him to his label. Undoubtedly, P Young definitely looked up to YoungBoy. Like, the similarities are uncanny. NBA YoungBoy saw him like a younger brother and didn't want him to get caught up in the streets, going as far to hand him a $100K deal and give him a Corvette just to go back to school. But that didn't last long though. P Youngin started riding half 4K Trey, Listen Dead and Alive Ops, including Yungin Ace and JD Yungin. The Baton Rouge community has lost a lot of members to gang violence, and all of a sudden, recently, YoungBoy has been promoting the Stop the Violence movement, telling young street niggas to put down these damn guns.
Hey, stop the violence.
Maybe it was trauma, or maybe he was just clout chasing, but P Youngin wasn't just with all the beefs getting squashed and went completely against what YoungBoy was preaching. Instead, he wanted to do the opposite and boost the violence. I feel like P Youngin was assaulted by what YB was saying, like P Youngin had lost a lot of friends to the streets, and the last thing he wanted to do was squash beef. Plus the fact that YoungBoy is all the way up in the hills, away from all the madness, it's easy to say put the guns down. Ultimately, YoungBoy was a sellout in his eyes. P Youngin even took it as far to play King Von and Lil Durk tracks on his IG live. Obviously, this is a wild move as YoungBoy has been beefing with Durk heavily ever since Von got killed in 2020. So all of a sudden, the person that P Youngin looked up to and got put on by was now listening to his main op. P Youngin also started beefing with another 4K Trey member, Lil Dump, where further rumors were spread within the camp that P Youngin got dropped by NBA YoungBoy. Not only this, but had to hand his chain back in.
oh my god.
At first, P Youngin denied all of this, but a couple weeks later, he admitted he was no longer 4K Trey, so something definitely went down behind the scenes. To add fuel to the fire, P Youngin has also been messing around with YoungBoy's sister for a while now, ever since he announced he wasn't part of 4K Trey. And there's even news that she's pregnant now. Honestly, it just seems that P Youngin was looking for erection after getting dropped. Low key, P Youngin wants to be YoungBoy really badly. Like, he's obviously got his mannerism from him, and even how he talks, despite this being a Louisianan accent, and even dating his sister. Like, bro, she even looks like YoungBoy. He could have chosen any other girl but chose her.
You don't find that suspicious?
With these stories here is a key reason why carving out your own identity is important in the music industry. The rap industry is competitive, and you never want to be second best, especially when you have a massive potential. These artists face the unfortunate reality of being in the background, showing that others' personal conflicts and industry struggles can spill on over to you. Anyways, that's it from me. If you enjoyed the video, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button if you want to see this channel grow, and until next time, I'll catch you in the next video.